Okay, so you've got 10 days to work your way through a module, and you've spent the first 3 or 4 days reading through and taking notes on each lesson. You've got the entire module in your head now. Now it's time to go back and start reworking through concepts and stuff that you had a difficult time with. This is the review stage. So as always, you're going to start back on the home page, and you're going to go to the module guide. Even in the review, I know you've been there once, but now in the review, you're going to go and you're going to get more information on that lesson. Okay, last time you read the lesson preview. This time you're going to look at the lesson review. Lesson 1 is very simple stuff, so there shouldn't be anything too difficult there for you to review. Same thing with this 1.01. But coming up where the lessons get much more tricky, this is where I'm going to be providing you with a lot of information that'll help you understand the concepts that you might have struggled with. So for instance, when we get to the concept of absolute and comparative advantage, one of the lessons that students generally tend to have the hardest time with, there's going to be lots of information I provide you with here, including videos and stuff that might help you with where you struggled. So this is the first place to kind of start, where I'm going to give you additional information. Okay, and so once you've gone over the review, now you're ready to do the following. Here's what in the order you should do it in. So if I go back to my modules, I'm going to I probably want to start with any of the lessons that come with an assignment. I want to get my assignments done first so I can get those submitted and get feedback on them. So any of those lessons that came with an assignment, now's the time to go in and do the assignment. And depending on, most modules have more quizzes than assignments. There's usually only 1 or 2 assignments per module. But they can take a little bit of time, so you want to get those done first and submitted. Then while I'm grading them and giving you feedback on them, you can be working your way through your quizzes. The only one thing I wanted to show you about the assignments is to always make sure that you read the instructions that I post on the assignment, because this is places where I might clarify for you any information that you need to know about submitting the assignment, anything to be careful for, or anywhere where I might want to tweak the instructions given to you in the lesson. For instance, this lesson 1.00, I've totally rewritten what I want you to do for that. What the course tells you to do, you don't need to do, but I need you to do this. So always look for, in your instruction things, what I've written up here for things you need to be aware of. I'll also, you see, give you some heads up on that in the module guide. But oh, don't ignore these instructions. They don't always say the same thing. This is where you need to be paying attention. Okay, so as you go through that module, you're going to do the ones with the assignments first, get those submitted. Okay, now you come back and you're going to work your way through those lessons that you took a quiz on already. If you got 100 on a quiz, it means you probably know the stuff pretty well. You might want to just review it, run through it again. Should you take a quiz a second time if you got 100 on it the first time? It can't hurt. Keep in mind that these quizzes are, they all come from a bank and they're randomly generated. You won't take the same quiz twice. So it's just more practice. If you have time and it's not going to take you a long time to do, go ahead, take it a second time. Your score is always going to be your highest one. That's what's going into the grade book. So, you know, if you took it and got 100 the first time, got a different batch of questions the second time, and one through you, and now you have an 80 on it, you're still going to get that 100 in the grade book, but you got more practice and things to understand about the lesson. You know, do keep in mind they are deliberately going to be asking you questions in these quizzes that they haven't really necessarily sometimes given you enough information to know. They really want you to think about them and struggle through them. Okay, so you're going to go to those lessons where you didn't do so. You're going to review those questions that you got wrong. Look at what you got wrong, and so when you go back through the lesson again, focusing on what information did you miss to get it right. You take the quiz a second time. Let's say you still get 2 wrong on the quiz the second time. then this is what I want you to do. Now you are going to, if you know why you got those questions wrong, you're good. You're good for now for round 2. But if there's still, like, let's say one of them you go, oh, I completely see how I got that wrong, I'm good. But you're looking at that last one you got wrong and you still just don't understand it, that's when you're going to call out for help to me, and you're going to send me a comment and ask me to help you figure this out. That way, I'm only spending my time helping you with the ones you just can't figure out versus trying to give you feedback on stuff you already know. In the quiz overview in the orientation module, I'll show you how to put those comments in and send that request for help. Okay, so you're almost done round 2. The only thing we need to talk about now is also in round 2, you want to schedule your DBA for those modules that have one. 4 of the 6 modules require you to do a discussion-based assessment. That's in module 1, that's the understanding economic basics. You can schedule this DBA anytime during round 2. You don't have to have gotten through it all and understand everything, but the nature of how we do these DBAs. Anytime where you hit the round 2 phase, go ahead, schedule your DBA. We'll work wherever you're at, where you are at that time. It's a good time to go over any lessons and concepts that you're struggling with. You don't have to wait until you're done working through round 2 and are ready to take the exam, because that's when everybody's going to be trying to do it, and the window's just not big enough. As soon as you start round 2 and you know what questions you want to ask and what you want help with, go ahead and schedule that DBA. And then that's round 2. Next, round 3, which will be the last couple of days of the module, and getting ready for the module exam.